across the screen. Cartridge ghosts in a broken machine. From haunted halls to survival screams, we dive deep into your darkest dream. Press on, no escape tonight. Old school terror.
Man, this hits deep.
Lost in nightmares, level by level we fall.
All right, guys, what's up? That is a little teaser about our little intro. I think I played it last time when we did the hey, we're back and we're gonna be covering this and that and all that stuff. But here we are with Resident Evil Requiem, the review. Yeah, Rectum. We're still kind of sticking to our Resident Evil like outline. We have the meaty flesh where we get, or the intro where we talk about development, and then the meaty flesh is when we get into the actual game, and then we have a lightning round, and then we just close it out. So, let's get into it. This game came out at the end of February. Yeah, end of February.
Literally like the last day or two of the month.
Yeah, and I pretty much beat it quickly. You had trouble with your order.
Mm-hmm. I tried to pre-order it on Amazon, and they infamously had supply issues. Nobody was really sure whose fault it was. Like, some people said it's Amazon's fault because they kept the pre-orders open too long. Some people said it was Capcom's fault because, I don't know, I guess they just don't print as many physical games as they used to. Nobody's real sure whose fault it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I was supposed to get the Steelbook edition, and then like it was saying I wasn't going to get it until like fucking March 16th or something.
Jesus Christ.
And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, I waited pretty much over the weekend after the game initially released to see, you know, if it was going to come Monday or Tuesday or something, because that kind of thing's happened before. You know, Amazon sometimes drags their feet on like video game releases.
Mm.
But no, that was not the case, and I was not the only one dealing with this. So I fucking canceled it and went digital just for this.
Yeah, and you're gonna get it physical down the road, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it like when it's on sale at some point, just so I can have it. Or you know, if they do like the gold edition, like they'll probably do that. I'll get that.
Yeah, because the news hit like after the game came out that they're gonna have like extras. They're gonna have like mini games, which I kind of don't understand why it wasn't in the game, but I guess we'll get into that. Which, by the way, if you're watching the video, so I had some stutters going on in PS5. Did you have any like craziness with stutters?
No, I didn't. Like, you mean when you were playing it, like on your end, it was doing that?
Yeah, it did that. Like, it stuttered a little bit, but then an update came out and it hasn't been doing that. So maybe they fixed it. I don't know. Maybe it's like
I guess it's
PS5.
Yeah. That might have been that might have been like day one fucking glitches or some shit, because I didn't play it on day one. I played it Monday.
Yeah.
So it did not do that for me.
Dude, it was so hard not like talking about this because I was like, Zach, did you play it yet? Did you finish yet? But even when you did finish it, I wanted to save it for the podcast because there's just so much crazy shit that happens in this game. Do we want to
get looking at the NPCs there? I didn't know you could do that. I just didn't think to try to look at people like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of want, because you kind of like in the old school Resident Evils, you were able to see like Raccoon City. I know we're not in Raccoon City. We're kind of like on the outskirts a little bit of it. But I was like, we never see like the actual city and get to look at it. So I was like, let me go take a look at the city. How are people like still living after a zombie apocalypse happened? So that's why I was like looking around in the video.
Yeah, this is like some other town, I think. It's like a ways away from Raccoon City, I suppose.
Yeah, and spoiler alert, that Porsche you don't drive, and that watch was not useful at all. So I guess they were just
came into play.
Yeah, I guess they were just sponsorships that they were going to be in the game. And they're like, hey, buy our product.
Crossover.
Yeah. I guess let's get into some development of Resident Evil Requiem. I almost said rectum. Uh, that I'm not tipping any hand saying that it's crap. It's just that I watched Avalanche Reviews do a review, and he titled his stream Rectum, so that's why it's stuck in my head.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to Avalanche Reviews, he's a cool guy, and I love his videos. So the one I got that I thought was interesting is that the game that we got was not like the idea that they were trying to do. Because apparently, remember when there was rumors, like early rumors, that there was gonna be like an open world-ish Resident Evil?
Yeah, and they were saying like, "Oh, you're going to drive to different places or whatever." And there was even like talk of like how it was going to be open world, and it was going to have online accessibility. They never truly elaborated enough on what that meant, but it seems to mean some kind of multiplayer aspect.
Yeah, apparently they were trying to do like a Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 6 type of thing where you would be open world and it almost had like an updated Outbreak look to it, which is interesting. I just don't think it would have fucking did well, just being honest, because old school Resident Evil like me and you, and then people that are actually getting into the Resident Evil 2 remake and all the main storyline of how things are, they would probably be like, what the hell is this? And knowing AAA games today, they'd be like, is this going to be a live service thing? Because maybe that's where they were going towards, I think.
I still think there's room for a game. Like, I think there's a sizable amount of people that want like a modern take on an Outbreak game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would work. Not like these little experiments they've done, like Reverse and shit like that.
Yeah.
But I think that could work if they ever get brave enough to try it, but it should not be a mainline Resident Evil game.
Yes.
I think they luckily realized that in the middle of this. Like, they didn't get too far into this initial concept before they were like, hang on a minute. What are we actually doing?
And thank God they've done that, because I was being a little skeptic because I discussed it before we recorded this, but I replayed Resident Evil Village, and I think I overhyped it because there's a honeymoon phase to it now, that when I play games that, a franchise that I like, but like replaying that is just, it wasn't that good. And I forgot where I was leading this to, but I do want an Outbreak game. Like you said, I don't know if it should be mainline, but I also think that it shouldn't be a remake. I think it needs to be something
new.
Something new that we could have like an online thing where we could have like 4 people with us.
Yeah, I think there's definitely room for that, like with fans, like to have an experience or a game like that. It's just it should not be a mainline release. It needs to be some kind of like side game, or something. But yeah, in the middle of them like kind of doing this concept, they stopped, and then they were like, should we be doing this? And then they pretty much figured out like, no, I don't think the core fan base wants this for a main game. So they like pretty much axed this whole concept and started over again. And there's not a lot that I could dig up about like how they kind of came up with what they came up with here. But I did also find out that this game got really fucked up its development cycle by like the C virus outbreak of 2020.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I see on my notes that they began in 2019 and through 2020, and that's pretty much when shit hit the fan here.
Yeah, apparently they like planned all these games pretty far in advance, like at the same time. and they're pretty much doing pre-production and stuff like while Resident Evil 8 was being worked on.
Mm-hmm.
And then like there was a teaser in RE8 in the ending where like you know the last scene where it shows Rose at the cemetery and all that stuff.
Yeah.
There's the license plate on like the fucking car was like the year that Resident Evil 9 was supposed to come out, and it was 2023.
Oh my god.
And no, it went way off of that target release date because that's how bad their development cycle got messed up.
Yeah. I'm
It
surprised they
affected
didn't.
it affected a lot of games though. It wasn't just Resident Evil. It like messed up like Dragon's Dogma 2, Street Fighter 6. It's like everything got delayed pretty bad.
Yeah, it was a crazy time. I'm also trying to see on my notes.
I don't have anything else for like development because it's still pretty new. There's still not been like that many interviews with like development team after and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe later on we'll be able to dig up more info about it.
So I found out a good tidbit of like a zombie. I think it was actually the cop zombie, where Grace goes, "Are you okay?" And then like it transitioned from him being a human into a zombie, but the voice actor drank 2 jugs of milk during recording sessions, and the milk thickened with his saliva to create that gross gurgling sounds. You know, when he does like he looks up in the air and he like has that crazy sound that comes out of his mouth.
I don't know that he needed to drink 2 jugs of milk to fucking achieve
I don't know,
that.
man. He's crazy, I guess, but
Maybe it's just me. I get kind of phlegmy when I drink milk too, but I never had to drink that much of it.
mm-hmm.
He was trying hard, I guess.
Yeah, he wanted to fucking I don't know get
It's,
like
it's because Nick Apostolidis was there and he made everybody want to try harder.
yeah.
That's what it was.
Which, by the way, shout out to Nick. He did an interview with us when we used to be the Nemesis Project. So
very early on.
Yeah, I was happy, man. Like he did a really good old Leon. Kind of reminded me of David Hayter when he did like an old Snake in a way, but
He sounded like Matt Mercer to me, which that's who played Leon in like RE6, if you remember.
Yeah.
He sounds more like that version, but there's still like you can still kind of hear tones of it sometimes, like of his younger self come out.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was kind of a cool trick there to like delineate like this Leon is definitely older than RE4, RE2 Leon.
Mm-hmm. And another tidbit that I have, it's really small because you guys got to remember, like this game just came out, so usually when the game comes out, we get like news about the development stuff like later in the years. But apparently, the Capcom did use AI, but don't be upset yet, people. They only used it for like concept ideas, so it wasn't used in the final product. So there you go. There's my 2 tidbits of this game. Was there any cast changes in this one? No, right?
No, pretty much everybody that previously played a role, I think, came back. The only one I didn't check out was Sherry. That could be the same actress that played her in RE6. I don't know. It sounds similar.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, we'll give you an update, or we'll put it into like the comments section, and we'll pin it for you guys if there is a change. All right, let's get into some meaty flesh time. This is where we get into the thick of it.
Delicious.
Yeah, in the actual game. So we go over general gameplay / design discussion, story and characters, and if there's any bonus modes that we could actually talk about. So general gameplay. This is kind of like you got my peanut butter inside of my chocolate Reese's candy commercial type of stuff when it comes to gameplay. Because if you ever played Resident Evil 7 and Village, it was first person, and then I think Village is when they started introducing third person, right? in the
Yeah.
main line. So they wanted to mix like the Resident Evil 7 survival horror gameplay with the Leon being like the action survival horror, like a Resident Evil 4. Uh, and I will say there was times where I wanted more than the other, and then
Mhm.
there was times where I was just like, "Oh fuck yeah, this is amazing!" You know, let's keep on going with this. So when I say I wanted more Grace. I
Me
started
too,
get
actually.
I started getting more comfortable with the survival horror and me, and this is not me taking a dig at women, but me being like weakened compared to as a Leon being a 10-year person in this franchise who's at the point where he's killing zombies with his feet, you know?
Yeah, or just slamming their heads and shit, and their heads explode, whatever.
Yeah. And Grace started like growing on me as a character because when you play the game, you're like, she does this like stuttering voice, which is annoying. Like, "Who, what?" It was like so many
She's
times.
scared. She's
Yeah.
just a girl. She works for the FBI, but she's just a girl.
Yeah. But do you have anything to say about that as far as Grace gameplay?
No, it definitely had like more of a survival bent uh, than Leon's, and in fact, I would say it's got the most probably has the most hardcore, difficult version of that kind of gameplay. I think out of any of the games since like probably like RE1 remake or something.
But yeah,
And
because
I think it's more difficult than that is at times.
and I think it's more creepy than RE7. Because remember when the RE7 came out, like, oh my god, it's so weird. These Louisiana old people crashing through walls and shit. Like this, I felt scared the whole time because it was the unknown. Even though like the RE7 house is unknown, it just I knew things were gonna get crazy. This one, I didn't know how things were gonna get crazy.
Yeah, you didn't know like what exact. I mean, it's weird. Like I yeah, you kind of going into RE7, you're like, what the fuck is all this? And you're
Hmm.
kind of on that wavelength for a bit. But in this one, it's just like you kind of don't know what to expect ever.
Hmm.
And it keeps doing that kind of thing to you. But also, it doesn't help that like Grace is like, there's little things about her gameplay and her design that like make it more difficult for you to like, you know, be proactive with her, like versus like Leon or something.
Hmm.
I mean, so they limit her inventory's limited. That's one aspect of it, but they also limit like your options, like your ability to fight. Really,
Yeah.
like she gets knives, but never she never gets a good knife. It's always like some makeshift shit that will break pretty easily.
Yeah, like
Um,
scissors. Like they like bent it the other way so you could hold it like a shiv.
uh huh.
Hmm.
And like sometimes you find like just a shitty knife. Like this is a knife, it's just not a good one. And that's like the best you get until you like beat the game.
Yeah.
Uh, and she has like a gun. Like it's fun. What's funny is like you find two versions of a gun for her initially. There's like a kind of like a little pocket pistol you find after you really start playing as her. Because
Hmm.
she starts with some other gun at first, but when she gets abducted, they like take her gun away.
Hmm.
Which and you actually find it like not too long after you really start in like the Rhodes Hill care facility. Um, and I was like, okay, so this gun's like obsolete like pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But there's also like she gets this giant Magnum revolver from Leon because they meet briefly.
Which is called the
And
Requiem, which is great.
yes, Requiem, the title of the
Mm.
game. And I like that they do that because in these games, it's not because of the designer's fault or anything. It's just the players, like their mentality. I think
Mm.
when you play these games, especially if you're like a veteran of these, like you go way back, your mindset is I need to conserve everything. And for a lot of people that play these games that are longtime players, they usually don't end up using the Magnum very much because of that.
Mm-hmm.
This game kind of makes it to where it almost forces you to have to use it sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's kind of cool, actually. And it's cool because it's like a really strong, overpowered Magnum, like compared to like a lot of other ones you ever play with in any of these games.
Yeah, my whole run, I always had low ammo on it. Number one, because I never found it until literally I went to near the end of the game. I was like, "Holy
Oh,
shit!
really?
I got so much of Requiem bullets now. It's crazy." So I used it in the last part of the fight. But like in the beginning, I had like three, and there was times where I had like one bullet, and I'm like, I'm gonna save this because I don't know if I'm gonna get into like a big battle. And you know, when you have in survival horror where you're fighting a boss and that one magnum bullet could be the one. So like
Yeah.
I saved it for a rainy day. Um, but what do you think of the design? Did you think they upped their graphics this time in Resident Evil Requiem?
Uh, yeah, I mean, like it's clearly better. It's like with each game, it kind of steps up fidelity wise a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I feel like this one is another step up. I don't think it's as big a jump as before. Like this is still, to me, it's not too far from RE4 remake. Like maybe I'll feel different when I go back and play it again.
Mm-hmm.
But they feel like pretty close still. Um, the faces and like to me that's like the biggest thing. Continually each game, it's like the
They're
facial
always clammy.
animations and the detail. Yeah, they're well. It's a horror game and everybody's sweaty for some reason because they're scared or something.
Yeah, but
Like
even when
she
she was at
a panic attack right there.
yeah, even when she's at the FBI office, like the Resident Evil engine has like these shiny faces, and they're very clammy with sweat all the time. It's like wet
Well,
faces.
Alyssa doesn't look clammy there.
Yeah, you're probably right. Maybe it's just that man. Her
It's
panic
it's
attack is
situational.
her panic attack makes her sweat. God damn.
Yeah,
She's like,
she flipped out.
yeah.
But I was gonna say some other stuff about Grace's gameplay too. There's like little tiny things like her movement speed is slower than Leon's.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if you really took notice of it, but she's significantly slower than him. And there are moments though where if she gets like chased or spooked, or because there's a stalker enemy for her, she'll panic, and that's when she'll run fast.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you're allowed to run fast. But the thing is like she trips like a horror movie character or something.
Yeah.
And it fucks you up. And you're like, oh my God, then you're trying to get up. You're like, God damn it, move. Because it's funny because like when you're doing stuff with her normally, you're like, God damn, I wish she would go faster. And then when you can finally go faster, you're like, get up, get up. Another one is her aim isn't steady. This changes over the course of the game, though. I noticed it was kind of interesting.
Yeah, because
she's kind of shaky.
Yeah, she's kind of getting like comfortable with the gun later on. So I guess because she's not really a field agent, she doesn't have a lot of like skill with weapons. So I enjoyed that they gave me like a handicap, like not a handicap, but like I was literally in the beginning useless, and then I became something later on. You know?
Yeah, it's like this character is not as like combat experienced. Not that I mean there were other characters in these games that weren't technically like Claire had no combat experience, but she seemed to be pretty comfortable with a gun. So
Mm-hmm.
she had that going for her.
Well, probably Chris taught her how to shoot.
That's pretty much the canon explanation. Is she got taught from a young age how to use a gun, and she's comfortable with it. But yeah, she gets other things too, like these little glass bottles she can throw as like a distraction,
Mm-hmm.
and like there's stealth elements to her gameplay. Like Leon has, I mean, you can do stealth shit with Leon if you want to. It's not necessary sometimes.
No,
Uh,
just go in fucking guns blazing with Leon.
you totally can. But she can like sneak around enemies and stuff, or like sneak attack them even.
Mm.
If you have like the right kind of items, like that blood injector thing, which is
Yeah,
another unique item for her.
yeah, I like it, but I should have read the tutorial. I didn't know what the fuck to do with that little machine thing that like made these like liquids and stuff.
Oh, is
Yeah,
that might be why you didn't have a lot of Magnum ammo?
probably. Yeah, because
Because it's crafting. That was the crafting system for her.
I barely used it. I kind of played it like a true survival horror in some sense.
You gave yourself a handicap.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like what the thing was like you could like find this special DNA off of like certain zombies later, and then you would take it to that little microscope thing,
Mm.
and it would unlock new stuff for you to craft with it. And that was how you could eventually craft Requiem bullets.
I'll do that
So,
on my next run. That's gonna be my next thing.
there you go. That's also how you get access to Molotov cocktails and these acid flasks that you can make later to like instant kill liquors.
Yeah, I did most of that. I did the bottles and stuff because the liquor scene in this, I was like, holy fuck, there's so much liquors here. I need to make like acid Molotov cocktails or have actually a Molotov cocktail itself. And I built it with the injector because throughout the like mansion area or the hospital thing, I think we're at a hospital. There's like buckets of blood, so you could like use the buckets of blood, or when you kill a zombie, like a little puddle goes next to it, and you could use the puddle, or you can just inject the actual body itself.
Yeah, there's also a bathtub full of blood which has like fuck ton in it.
Yeah.
Um, the liquors were interesting in this game because like for Leon, it's not that big a deal to fight them. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're a hard enemy, but it's like you can deal with them pretty easily. But for Grace, it's almost like a damn death sentence if you have to fight it. It's like they were tough in RE2 remake when you had to like. It was actually better for you to like probably not engage them in that game. But it wasn't as difficult to fight them as it was playing as her in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's pretty much like because she doesn't have a good weapon other than Requiem. It's like if you don't have fucking flasks, or if you can't sneak up on one with the blood injector thing and make them explode, which is always funny. It's pretty tough to fight it.
Yeah, I noticed with the Molotov, if you used it on a liquor, yeah, it actually had put like the whole clip into the liquor with your pistol. But if you did an acid round, it's acid plus 4 shots, and it killed it. So I'm still trying to mess with the enemies and like how to dodge them and what their movement is, because like that's what I'm messing with now. And it's interesting because I guess we can get into it. The zombies that have like jobs, I think we discussed it on the update, but there's a guy that he just sits by a light switch. That's like his job, I guess, or maybe what he remembers doing in that area, because he'll stay by the light switch, and if you turn on the light, he gets angry, and then he'll go and turn it off. So
I think he was just like I don't know, like a janitor or something, or like a custodian for the facility.
mm-hmm.
So like he would make his rounds and be like, "Oh, this light's still on. It's late," and he would turn it off, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But there was like other ones too. Like it wasn't just like zombies that had jobs. It was like some of the people that stayed in that facility were like patients.
Mm-hmm.
They had like shit wrong with them or something. Like there was like a woman who was like a singer, and she's like the singing zombie. There's a couple of them, and they actually fuck you up with like their voice and stuff. It's weird. They're like some of the more dangerous enemies at first in that game. Then there's a guy who is like
a butcher.
There's a butcher. Yeah, he's like the cook. He's kind of tough to kill. I just snuck up on him and exploded him with the blood injector thing. There's a guy who's a patient and he's walking around with an IV stand. And he's funny because people figured out that was how you could instant kill another patient in the facility who's like a giant fat motherfucker, basically. Like somehow he mutated into that. It's not really explained. It's not a big deal that it's not explained. But he was crazy because I guess he had like this complex about being fat, so he thought everybody would always make fun of him, I guess. So like every time he sees you and you like, of course you run away from him because you're not supposed to fight him. You can't fight him. He's like one of those unkillable enemies. You can't kill him. You just can't kill him in a fight. It's not possible to do. He'll get stuck in a door and then he'll be like, fuck you. Like he literally says that to you. I didn't know that's what he was saying at first because the voice is so distorted.
Yeah, it's like
stop laughing.
It reminds me of in Silent Hill 2, Eddie.
Yeah.
Stop. I just like eating, okay? And he just eats the fucking pizza.
He eats that Silent Hill pizza. Where the fuck? Like, that's still one of the greatest mysteries of that game. Where the fuck did he get edible pizza from? And then, like, in the remake, he's eating ice cream. Where the fuck did he find ice cream that was edible in Silent Hill 2? That's even harder.
Dude, in Purgatory, when you think you're fat and you're ashamed of being fat, they just fucking give you food out of nowhere.
It manifested the food for him.
Yeah.
Like this other shit, like all this other shit that manifests. That's another time though.
Yeah.
Like people figured out some exploit with like the IV stand zombie where like he could insta kill the fat one, the big fat guy. You like go because there's times in the Rhodes Hill care facility where like you kind of goad the other zombies into fighting each other a little bit. It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. That never really happened in any other game. That's just another aspect of that I don't know what else to say about Grayson's gameplay necessarily. I know the default setting is for you to play her in first person. It looks like that's what you did, right?
I did a little thing and annoyed because I remember when I told you I like freaked out and I was remember the joke on our big Charlie's like I'm breathing heavy because I'm too scared. I got scared to the point where I was like, I need to see where things are, and I did switch to third person later on. But that's good. That means the game is working. That the first person you're actually just fucking super scared, and I digged it. I digged it for a little bit until I wanted to not be afraid anymore.
I played it completely in third person from the start to the end, like with both characters. It was like so. Another time when I play it, I'll play it in first.
Yeah. I got a question about that for you. Is it just because we're used to, Resident Evil being in third person, so you're just like, fuck, since I have the option, just do it?
Yeah, because I'm like an old fart with this series, and that's what I'm always going to prefer that. I don't hate the first person default Resident Evil games like 7 and 8. I don't hate that. I never did. There's people that fucking hate it. It's just my preference is always going to be like a third person camera in this series.
Yeah, I'm right there with you because when you play it in first person, I know I'm probably going to get a little hate because they're like, oh, you're just used to like the old games. It just feels different when you're in first person. It just doesn't feel like a Resident Evil game. And I'm not hating because I do like it in first person. It's just, I don't know. It just didn't feel right. So when I switched to third person, I kind of liked it,
It feels more right.
Yeah.
It's especially with like the way the shooting mechanics and stuff work now. You know, it feels more correct.
Yeah. By the way, that Requiem is just so overkill, and it's great that it's in a Resident Evil game.
It's one of the best Magnums, I suppose. It's going to be up there.
All right, so let's discuss a little bit of Leon. If you played Resident Evil 4, it's just that with a little added things to it.
Yeah.
Like, he's more like John Wick in this than compared to Resident Evil 4.
He has more experience now.
Yeah, because the zombie will like lunge at you and he'll like do some judo and like shoot him in the chin.
I never triggered that. That never happened with me.
It happened with me a lot because I was trying to like parry, which you could parry with Leon, which is really, really cool.
That's probably what it was. Is like I completely forgot Leon could parry shit, and I didn't remember it until like almost near the end of the game when it actually prompts you to do it. And I'm like, oh yeah, he can parry. God damn, I forgot all about that from RE4 Remake. It's he can parry.
Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, this scene where like Victor is like carrying Grace and Leon's like, what the hell?
And then people just walk past him like on the street. Like this dude in a fucking snakeskin raincoat is wearing like goggles and he's carrying like a woman like over his shoulder in the street. And nobody's like, hey, should I call the police or anything? Just, I love this fucking scene where he just starts shooting people with the fucking darts and it causes the virus to happen.
Yeah. Andy says, what about fixed cameras? Time for that too? I don't think the only time you're going to have fixed cameras in these Resident Evil games is when people mod it on PC.
Yeah. I don't think Capcom's ever going to really go back to that.
Yeah. And like they're doing Code Veronica, and I think Code Veronica is going to have that RE2 remake touch to it. When it eventually comes out, which I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leon could do John Wick shit. He could parry. He has a like tomahawk axe that you could have throughout the game and sharpen it whenever you want.
That's a tactical hatchet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Like it has durability, just like the knives had durability since RE2 Remake. It's just that, yeah, he can sharpen it. It's pretty much like it never breaks exactly, like because it's basically like you really just reload it.
Mm-hmm.
You run out of your hatchet ammo and you reload it with your sharpening stone.
Yeah, and Andy, there isn't a delay. I just didn't see your message before. Yeah, Leon's Porsche is funny as shit. We were just talking about that before because we were like, oh, we're gonna get to like drive it and stuff, and nah, it was just in the game. That's all.
Yeah.
I thought this was a fun way to show to reintroduce Leon to if people are playing this as their first game.
Yeah, this sequence was cool.
Yeah. Like I wish we got to see this type of stuff in RE3. Like we got a little bit of it when like Jill Valentine went to the bar area, but I wish it was more like this where people were panicking and getting eaten and shit, and we were just able to save them or not. I think that would have been cool. I love his fucking pistol, by the way.
Yeah, I think some people are saying that's like one of the pistols. It's funny because you said he's like John Wick now. I think that's like based on a gun he uses in one of the movies.
Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, that's another.
It's some kind of H&K pistol. I'm pretty sure.
And that's another new thing is that you could throw items at people. So like, if one was holding an item, and you killed them, you could pull it out or like take it from them. Take it. I can't speak today. I'm sorry. Take the item and then throw it across to kill another zombie. That was pretty cool.
They were just blowing everybody away with that. You're like, oh, got ammo for it.
That's the reason. Because I was like, I got this new gun and there's zombies everywhere, and that's where I stopped. I was like, I only got one more bullet.
Yeah, Leon's gameplay is pretty much like RE4 again, like basically with just little minor differences.
Do you think they were scared to put Leon in this game? Do you think they were just like, I don't know if Grace is going to be good enough, so they put Leon in there as a safety?
I don't know because it's like that's the thing I was referring to earlier, where there's like not enough information about like what they really decided to go with yet
Mm-hmm.
about that development. Maybe we'll get some more insight into it later, but maybe they just thought, there was an idea there in RA6 about like these different types of campaigns or something.
Yeah.
It's just that we went too far at a few places, like George Lucas. and so maybe if we just kind of, pull it back a little, try to restrain ourselves more and just have like focus on two different kinds of characters,
Mm-hmm.
maybe we can make it work. And I feel like they pretty much did it. There's just, if I'm got any kind of quibbles about like that, it's that it feels sort of like every time you really get in a groove of Grace, they pull you away from her.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, okay, I'm not playing as her again. And then sometimes it works though too. Like you've been in survival mode for so long, and then you'll get to play Leon, and you can kind of relieve that tension. And now you have like a different tension. You have action horror tension now instead.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they pretty much accomplished it though.
Yeah, I think they did a good job, and I agree with you. There was times where I was like, "Oh man, I want a little more Leon," because I'm like not used to Grace yet. Because in the beginning, I just was like, it feels like I'm, handicapped in some way, or just not as good as Leon, obviously. But when I started playing a little bit more Grace, I was like, oh man, I just started getting the groove of her running, her shooting, and just stealthily getting around enemies.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get to Leon, you're just like, oh, everything's fucking going crazy. I'm gonna shoot glass to kill zombies because you're on the side of a building in Raccoon City. But I do think and hopefully this is what's happening. When she gets taken by Timu, Wesker, and Victor, uh, like I want to hear more of those conversations or other stuff happen, or even having a Victor like gameplay. That would be awesome because there's a section where he's just gone, and then he comes up later.
Yeah, he just disappears for a while. It gets into like some stuff I was going to say about the other stuff about the gameplay and the design. I did something a little different this time where I like made a list of positives and negatives,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe I'll do that just from now on. But my positives, I like the Rhodes Hill Care Facility, which is like the footage you're seeing right now. If you're watching this, is where Grace is playing. To me, that's like one of the best areas in a Resident Evil game. Is this?
Mm-hmm.
It was really cool. It was like a throwback area, like of like one of these like weird old grandiose buildings that have like strange puzzles and architecture.
Yeah, it's kind of like a mix of Spencer Mansion with the Raccoon City Police Department, all mixed into one.
In a hospital, like all rolled together.
Yeah, whatever with or areas near Raccoon City, especially in this universe, every like mundane thing, like a hospital or a police station. Oh, there's a big guy.
There's the fat guy.
Yeah, and there's me getting bitten in the wrist because I panicked. I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, we didn't really touch on that, so like I guess that's a good time to bring that up real quick before I get back to like my positives and negatives.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really touch on the pursuer enemies that much. There's a couple, like I guess technically. The Because the fat guy in the care facility is
Mhm.
technically a pursuer, I guess. You have to like avoid him though. Like you spent, it's more like you just try to avoid him than rather than you're concerned about where they're roaming at all the time.
Mhm.
But the other one is this giant weird girl that is looks like a Courage the Cowardly Dog monster or something. Honestly, that's what she looks like.
Yeah.
And Chloe is, or not Chloe, that's not her name. Or yeah, maybe it is Chloe.
The blind girl?
Well, one of them, that's like one of the plot points in this game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so they're doing like experiments on these little girls, which later on in the game you kind of learn about it. Uh
There's
what was
Emily.
Yeah, Emily. What was the
Yeah.
program again that we had to put the password at the end?
Oh, it was you mean for like the Elpis?
Yeah, Elpis. Like that's what they're technically doing with these girls, right? The Elpis experiment.
No, it was something different here. So like
Uh,
that gets into like Victor's experiments, and it was like basically it was a lead Spencer was chasing before, like trying to prolong his life and everything.
okay.
They thought they could like use the blood via like cloning or like donation bodies or something
Mm-hmm.
to, and where you, because there's like a theory about genetic memory and stuff like that.
The other friend was
Um,
Marie, by the way. So that big thing is
yeah,
Marie.
yeah. Chloe was the girl you play as in like the flashback.
Yeah.
I mixed them up, but in fairness, they all look the same.
Yes.
So, but it was creepy because when you find Emily here, there's like another cell, and it's empty, and you see like a fucking hole in the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, what's that? And then you realize, oh, that's the other girl. And then you start thinking, like, is she gonna mutate? Is she gonna is she gonna turn into a monster later? I thought so immediately after I saw that.
Yeah, and I was like, something's gonna happen, and obviously later on we kind of see like the prototype, but somehow I don't know. She reversed it some way, but we'll get to that later.
We will. That gets
Yeah.
into story discussion, which will come up soon.
Okay.
Yeah, the Marie was an interesting pursuer monster, though. I kind of liked her. It was also cool because she had like a weakness. That's
Yeah, it
not
was
really
light.
something anybody else had. Yeah, like you could do something where you like turn on lights or whatever, and she would like flee. It was like kind of like the alien in isolation a little bit. You could scare it away with fire, and it would like fuck off for a while.
Yeah, it like boils her skin.
Yeah, it's like it was some kind of genetic trick, I suppose. Like it seems like each girl has like some kind of defect.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Emily's blind, so I guess her defect is just sunlight. She's albino or
Yeah.
light sensitivity.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was going back to my positives and negatives. Rhodes Hill Care Facility is really cool. See, this whole area just looks like classic RE shit.
Yep.
It was cool to go back to Raccoon City.
Mm-hmm.
I remember initially there's some resistance to that idea. Like people were like, "Oh, it's nostalgia bait," like whatever. I'm like, you all like know what fucking series you're playing, right? Like, why are you bitching about nostalgia bait? That's kind of stupid.
Yeah. The only thing I will say is there was a lot of member berries, but I think they did it okay.
It's Resident Evil. It's just
Yeah.
you can't criticize it too much for that.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm not making a big deal out of it. But I was like, hey, it's that thing. Hey, I was doing the Leonardo DiCaprio meme where I'm pointing at the screen with a beer in my hand. Yeah.
Already talked about Grace's survival gameplay. That's cool. Already talked about Leon. The best puzzle in this game was Barry's scavenger hunt when you go to like the police station. Did you do that?
No.
Oh, you didn't do it. Like I had to actually get a little help for it. See, that's how you know it was actually a good Resident Evil puzzle because you're like, what the fuck do I do? Like,
Was that the one where like
I was overthinking it though. That was my problem.
is that the one where everybody like had like work together online to figure it out?
I guess it was. I just maybe I didn't realize it because I came in a little later, so it was already the solution was online. There is some other puzzle in this game that involves items, and like there's like an hourglass you find that has like a code in it. Like if you turn it over or something, you can see that.
Yeah.
That might be the puzzle you're talking about.
Yeah, I think that's the one where like they because you get like some items early on and you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that? But it's like a hint of this like big puzzle.
Yeah, because like in these games, in the more modern Resident Evil games, like it lets you discard items like they're like useless after you use a key item or something. So sometimes you'll get an item and be like, okay, you don't need this anymore. It lets you get rid of it. But then you pick up items that are obviously not some kind of like consumable or anything. And it's not a key item because you never get to use it, like this hourglass, a severed hand, like other shit.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell is all this for? It's for like this overarching puzzle in the game that turns out isn't really that cool. Like the payoff for it, unfortunately, kind of a letdown. I thought
this was a cool puzzle.
Yeah, you know these puzzle devices in the care facility are actually okay because I was gonna say overall the puzzles in this game weren't that good, but
Yeah,
this was pretty good.
They're really easy. I think they're not as good as the old puzzles because the old puzzles made you think. These ones you could literally like touch every button until you get it, and then it will open up. Because there's another one where you get like the organs and stuff, and you just do the switches, and you could get it without getting the document or something hinting you on what to do.
That was almost a classic Resident Evil puzzle. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like when you find the organ like case for like it was like a secure case for an organ for donation or something or transplant. And it had like a safety lock on it, and it looked like a classic Resident Evil puzzle. Like, oh shit, how do you open this? It reminded me of like the water table puzzle in Resident Evil 3 initially.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, oh, okay, it's actually really easy. Never mind. But there was a kind of a neat little puzzle in the casino room there. Did you figure that one out?
Is that the one where you like pick the number and it will do the roulette and it would work?
Yeah, it would give you like coins.
Yeah, I didn't do it, but I saw someone else do it. Because
it's not really a big deal, but it's kind of neat when you figure it out. Like, oh, cool.
Yeah, because as you can see, I'm panicking here.
It's fair. I mean, you're in a cramped spot, and there's like fucking 3 things here, 4 actually. I think that was all my positives, though. Do you have any positives you want to discuss? Like maybe that I didn't bring up.
No, I think I touched up on it. The gameplay with Grace, I wanted a little bit more. The Leon was just fine. I kind of want just a solo, like pretty much another RE4 just with Leon in it. Because I would rather have that than cutting a lot of Grace's gameplay, which I hope in the new DLC, which apparently they're doing an expansion story, I hope we get more Grace. If I'm being honest, I know that's gonna probably piss off a lot of the, all the women that love, Leon, because that's all you heard about was Leon. Look at a hot
uncle.
Hot unk. Leon. But that's what I hope. The gunplay was fine. The only problems I had was the stuttering that happened a little bit, but the patch I think fixed it. Yeah. I kind of just want to get into some of the negatives now, so I want to hear your negatives.
Okay, so some of it's a little nitpicky, and then some of it's not.
Hmm.
So what when you play as Grace, you have limited saves. Like, I mean, if you want to, you can choose for it to be that way. I did because I'm old school.
Hmm.
But then when you play as Leon, even in that mode, he has unlimited saves. I'm like, what the fuck's the point of this option? You half-ass
Hmm.
it. Sometimes when you play as Leon, it doesn't even let you save though. It actually doesn't let you save as Leon for like a while until like you get to Raccoon City. Then it'll let you save.
Hmm.
It's like every part where you play as him is like actually kind of short up until that point. Um, while it was cool to be in Raccoon City again, the whole detonator fetch quest thing
I
was a
hated
little
it.
too long, I think.
Yeah, that's one of my negatives. I was like, I understand that they were probably like, "Oh man, we're going too hard on Leon being his like badass guy. Let's slow down." It's kind of like in wrestling where like they put you in a headlock type of thing, and they just like slow down the action.
The
Uh,
game put us in a rest hold for a while, a Triple A style, and then we were like, a
it
lot of people don't like that part of the game. They think it's too long.
it's too long and it's too predictable. Because like obviously you have to get the items, and every time you get close to that item, like things pop up, and
Something,
I
yeah, something pops up and it moves it, or like it busts like a fucking walkway you were supposed to go through, and you're like, shit, I guess I'm not going that way. He says, and he has to go some other way.
Yeah, like the positives of Raccoon City is like I loved being in that building and shooting the glass and having those like soldiers fall.
That
Uh,
part was cool because it was like the perspective of it, because it's like you were in a fucked up building that was kind of halfway fell over, but it didn't.
yeah.
It actually kind of messes with your perception, like being in an environment like that.
Hmm. And I was so stupid in that area because like you like kill all the zombies in that area, and you're just like, where do I go now? And there's like literally a ramp thing that you have to like shoot down, by one of like wreckage. But I
Yeah,
was in there for like a good 10 minutes, being like, "What the? Where the fuck do I go?"
I didn't find it at first either. I was like, what the fuck? And then I started slowing down a little bit, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I found it.
Hmm.
Uh,
Uh,
did you accidentally kill yourself when you were in the glass part the first
yeah,
time?
yeah,
I didn't, because I was like, I started walking and I heard like the creaking, and I'm like, oh no, like this is some fucked up situation where you can kill yourself, obviously.
yeah. Well, what I
But
noticed,
watching those zombies fall was so fucking funny though. That was
yeah,
satisfying.
hmm, I would shoot at the glass just to see them fall. But yeah, but pretty much everything like leading up to the police department. Uh, well, no, I shouldn't say that, because the whole detonator thing was stupid. And that's negative. But like going through the trains to cross the path, uh, and then the motorcycle scene, with Victor, which is so like Resident Evil 6.
Very Resident Evil 6, yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, oh man, this is like cool as hell, but cheesy as fuck. But I love it. Uh, my
At least they
favorite.
didn't make you do like stupid quick time events with it. Like that's the thing. My thing is like, all right, this is silly as hell, but at least they're not making us do these dumbass quick time events that are like terribly designed and implemented.
You know, it's funny. People in Capcom probably played Resident Evil 7 remake, and were like, "We need to have our own badass motorcycle scene." So, like, they put theirs in there, and I enjoyed it. Like I said, it was cheesy. And then I also love the spider. Uh,
The giant spider. That
yeah, that,
didn't like Ice T have like a meme. He basically became a meme for a short while because of that.
yeah,
He was playing RE9, and then like the spider popped up and said, "Oh hell no!" Right? He was, because I guess he's actually afraid of spiders or something.
yeah.
And it was too realistic looking, which to be fair, it actually was. You could see the little beady eyes in it, shit, and it had all the fur, and then like it has the mouth opened.
Mm.
It's that's a thing about spiders. A lot of people don't realize they have a mouth under there.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite part was watching streamers, like you said, Ice T, but or Ice Cube. Who was it? Ice T or Ice Cube?
It was Ice T. You know, Law and Order Ice T.
Yeah, I remember that meme.
Cop Kill Ice T. The guy who did Cop Kill and then he became a cop. Just throwing that out there.
Yep. But there's people that are afraid of spiders. Like there was a couple of VTubers that like fucking screamed really loud, and it was like funny watching their avatar just like open mouth scream. Yeah.
Some anime girl like freaking out.
Yeah. But
what? Oh shit! You go ahead. I lost my train of thought there.
I was gonna circle back to the negatives of Raccoon City. I unintentionally got like Resident Evil Apocalypse in my head of seeing like obviously because Raccoon City got nuked, so it's gonna look like that of like very deserty. But it also felt like the movie with Mila Djokovic as the Resident Evil where they were in a desert and stuff. And I just I think that comparison like kind of ruined that moment for me for Raccoon City.
I had a similar thought too when I saw the environment, which is like, who's gonna like actually? I mean, you could try to be like, why does it look like this? And it was bombed. Like, I mean, like, fucking Chernobyl had like it wasn't bombed, but it melted down.
Mm-hmm.
It affected the whole area. There's foliage and shit there now. I feel like maybe there should have been some maybe the environment should have kind of grown back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Weeds and shit will persist. They're like the cockroaches of the flora. They're gonna find a way. They grow out of the fucking asphalt,
Mm-hmm.
But I did feel like, oh, this is kind of dull looking a little bit, and so everybody else kind of had that. But like, my mind flashed back to the Apocalypse movie, and I was like, oh. And on other fans' level, like mentally, like subconsciously, they thought the same thing, but just didn't, verbalize it. Because some people were complaining about how it looked too. They're like, it's brown, this whole area is fucking brown and gray. Goddamn, like.
I think people were hoping that like Raccoon City was like being rebuilt in some way. Like we just bombed the shit out of it. Yeah.
Especially with like what the reveal in the story, that would have been even dumber.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that soon. I like this game has some irritating sequences in it that are just like annoying. Like some of it's like, I guess some people had a lot of issues with like the flashback sequence where you play as Chloe, the little girl.
Mm-hmm.
I went through it the first time I did it, like fine. I never got killed or captured or whatever the fuck. Like that just did not happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
That was my experience though. Everybody else had a harder time with it, I guess. I don't know about you. Did you?
No, I think people are just stupid.
They don't know how to stealth. They just get too impatient.
My Splinter Cell kicked in.
Yeah, it's like I played Metal Gear and shit. I have enough patience, so it's like it's okay. I can wait it out.
Mm-hmm. Or
you don't know what waiting is unless you play one of those games.
There is one thing that I was like confused about, and I was like, after what happened to me, then I kind of just like knew. I was like, that's what I got to do. Is when you go down the stairs. And then you hide under the table, and then like the two fucking Wesker eye glowing children were in that hallway, and they like stop midway, and then they come to turn around. I didn't know I had to like go back to the table and just wait again, and then go past the other one. So that was a little confusing to me because I thought I had to like juke in some way, like when they turned around, I would just like slip by them in some way. So I got caught there, and then I just said, "All right, I'm just gonna not do that again," and then I finished it. What?
Yeah, that's an example of some awkward moments or that happened in this game. Like one that was bad for me. I don't know about you, but there's like a whole part where when you're playing as Leon, it's near the end of the game where you have to fight a bunch of human agents that work for
Oh.
like the connections, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking hated that part. It was so goddamn annoying.
Yeah.
Because what happens is you're having gunfights with human characters. They're not like zombies with guns or anything. It's like you're literally just straight up fighting people.
Yeah, like
And
a SWAT team.
yeah, like a SWAT team, like an umbrella SWAT team, basically. And what sucks about this is Leon gets stun locked by fucking bullets.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get caught and they start shooting you, then another one comes out, he's gonna shoot you too, and you're fucked. You can't do anything. You just get killed.
Yeah.
It was shitty. I hated it so much.
Did you hate the part where you're on? This is like during the detonate, finding the items and stuff.
Yeah.
But you're on like paint scaffolding thing, and zombies were just falling on your paint scaffolding platform.
Oh yeah, that part kind of sucked too. I mean, like
Yeah,
I think I died once there,
I didn't
and
die,
that was
but I
just
was
because I wasn't prepared for like how it was going to go down. You know?
I didn't die. I was just annoyed by it. I was like, I get it. It almost I'm using a lot of wrestling terms, but it's kind of like, oh, I'm in the spot, and they're just jumping on me. It's
Like,
just like,
I don't think I did die there. Actually, I think it was somewhere else. I think it was like when you're going underground to go to the nest, and you have like those vine things.
mm,
I did get killed by one of those.
yeah. What about when Grace has to get the organ box and you have to go down the like that that hallway and then that fucking plower comes in and you have to like shoot the guy into the plower
Oh,
controls.
yeah, like I did that fine, but like I guess it's if you play it on like the insane difficulty or whatever, that gets like a lot harder to pull off.
Hmm.
But I just played it on hard though myself.
I played on normal. Well, this one's casual, but I also played a normal one as well with the ink ribbons because I wanted to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I wasn't annoyed, but I was just like, and I hate being like, I don't know what to do. They didn't tell me what to do. So like, I wasn't annoyed by that, but I was like, where do I go? Do I go here? So I kept on trying other like things. I would try to like go into the truck, didn't work. Try to like, because there's like a corner in the truck area, so I would like hide behind the truck, and it would still get me. And I was like, I'm just gonna shoot the guy, and it worked. And I was like, oh
I guess that was supposed to be the throwback to RE4 when Leon gets almost crushed by a truck.
yeah,
The guy drives down the hill with the truck that's like on fire for
hmm
some reason. And then I think he also some fucking Ganados is like in a giant piece of machinery for some reason. Like I don't know, and it's like a similar situation there too.
yeah,
What other things? Oh, so Leon's able to actually upgrade his weapons, I think they implement that too late in the game. So you don't get to like fully enjoy it because of that.
hmm
And because they waited too long for you to start using it in the game, you upgrade your shit too fast. So there's like no curve. It's just like you complete one section of this detonator fetch quest thing, and then you can upgrade more. And then when you finish the other one, you upgrade all your shit more. And by the time you get done with the third one, you can have like fully upgraded weapons.
hmm
Not completely 100% unless you spend a lot of time wandering around just killing random zombies that spawn back sometimes.
hmm
But yeah, or like if you do a playthrough where it saves your shit, like a new game plus, you could, I guess. But
hmm
I just think
There's
they didn't implement that correctly.
there's me trying to kill Marie because I was like, oh, she's just standing there for me. Am I supposed to shoot it? And I was like, nope, still alive.
If you were a pro, you'd kill her with a knife.
Yeah, fuck that.
uh, Grace unlocking new weapons happens too late into the game too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, it's not really major weapons. It's just like the flask weapons. It's like I could have used this earlier. This fucking Molotov cocktail thing.
Mm-hmm.
I already talked about the puzzles being kind of weak. And this gets into, I guess, a trend in these games now. The modern games is just a lack of things to do post game. Like initially, when these games come out on release, it's like you beat them, and then it's just like, that's it. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's one of my negatives where I'm like, why wasn't because when we played Resident Evil 4, Mercenaries was there because obviously in the old Resident Evil, that's what was big about it is like the mercenaries and then the add-on stuff that happens. Because what I loved about Resident Evil 4 is like when you get to a safe area, you could do like mini games. So you could do like a range shooting and stuff, and you could have like a leaderboard. There's like nothing of that in this game at the moment.
Yeah, it's literally just, replay the game, which, some of the other games were like that too, in a way. But really, it was just RE1. Ever since post RE1, they always had some extra stuff to do somehow in some way
Mm-hmm.
in every game. But like in these modern releases since like RE7, really, they haven't had that. It's like always like they add it later after the fact or something, like in DLC. Even Resident Evil 4 Remake didn't have Mercenaries mode initially, remember? We had to wait for it like almost like a half a year later before we could get it.
I didn't know that. Maybe I mixed games up or maybe I just lost time, but I always thought it was with it.
Mercenaries came out with assignment, not assignment Ada, but when Separate Ways, that DLC hit. I think it came out with it at the same time. I might misremember it possibly. We're gonna take a look at the game and it's gonna get its time too. But it was. I don't remember it being out initially when the game was out, and we had to wait for it. I thought
maybe I don't know. But
RE8 didn't have anything either. Remember?
Yeah, I definitely want more, and I wonder if maybe it's just something that they do during development that they just like, we got to get the main game out and then we'll get the other stuff later. But it almost feels like they wait to see if people actually like it. They're like, oh shit, they actually do like it. Let's do more content.
I think it's like an engagement thing, where it's a scheme that they not saying like this is a nefarious what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just optional DLC. You don't have to get it if you don't want it. But it's like, how everybody talks about in like modern game development shit. It's like they have to come up with some way to make sure people are going to keep playing the game or something, or they're not just going to like sell it and never fucking get back on ever again.
Mm-hmm.
If there's always a promise of there's going to be DLC later, it's like, maybe in their minds that makes it to where like people are going to come back, they're going to hang on to the game, whatever,
and
then we'll make DLC monies like that. That's their thing.
Or they could be like, hey, we could do our gold edition, as
a
repackage.
Yeah, like the way Persona goes. Unfortunately, just like we'll release Persona, and then the definitive edition of the game will come out a year or so later. That has extra shit that makes it to where it's like, yeah, you probably should play this version of the game. In fact, you probably shouldn't have wasted your time with the first version. You should have just waited until this one came out.
Mm-hmm.
And now apparently Sega and Atlas are aware of that, which is interesting. Like people have complained about it enough that they're like, oh, you guys don't like that? Oh, maybe we'll reevaluate this. Please.
Mm-hmm.
There's some things I would change about like, gameplay, some of the stuff they did or didn't do, which like, I think there needed to be more something to do with Grace, because there's literally a part in the story where she just fucks off and you don't play as her again until the Nest stuff happens where Leon has COVID and he's coughing too much and he can't continue. He's old.
Yeah. Yep.
His lungs hurt.
Well, that's why I said I hope we kind of like get more story of her hanging out with Timu Wesker, you know?
Yeah. I think Gideon in the story as well, but in terms of gameplay, Victor Gideon was like underutilized.
Yes.
Like there was no. I think there should have been a part of the game where Gideon was like a stalker enemy for Grace,
Mm-hmm.
because the whole thing was like, God damn it, she got away, and then like he just didn't give a fuck anymore that she got away. Okay, but you don't also fight Gideon ever in humanoid form. It doesn't happen.
No.
And I thought that was also a waste because he's like a big tyrant motherfucker, kind of. Like he's an intelligent version of that, really.
He's as tall as like Jake the Snake.
He's taller than that.
Yeah.
Like when he put Grace in like a little sleeper hold, and she looked like a little fucking child compared to him, and she passed out like in 3 seconds or something. He did that to Leon too.
Mm-hmm.
Then another one's Zeno. There should have been some kind of boss fight with Zeno. That was kind of dumb that they didn't do that, in my opinion.
Yeah. Because they have this like Wesker. Now he's a clone of Wesker, right? Like,
yeah, it's pretty like they, especially in the lines of dialogue where like Victor calls Zeno, "Fucking, you're an imitation," and he's just like, "Ugh," like an anime character gets told something bad, and he makes that kind of like expression, like, "Ugh, fuck you."
yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing that could really, I'd say I should change. I would wish they would have changed, other than give us a little something to do after the game's over as well.
Yeah, it would have been really cool to get his fucking gun if like we killed him and shit.
Dude, that gun, whatever the fuck that was,
Yeah.
that thing was wild. Did you have any negatives you wished to bring up or things you wanted to change?
I'm trying to think. Like, there's nothing like big negatively. Like all the stuff that you said, like Zeno. I wish we had a boss fight with him.
Maybe we'll get one in DLC.
Maybe. Victor, very underutilized. Like I marked out when I saw him with the motorcycle and stuff. I'm like, this is cool. I hope after like there's a certain point where he like gets blown up and stuff and turns into like some tyrant. But we got that like later on near the end. And I wish we had more scenes, and maybe I need to read more documents to like get more of his backstory. But he kind of just felt like he was just a Spencer mark the whole time.
He was a Spencer mark, but he was doing the research for him. He was like one of his top researchers, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they could have fleshed him out just a little more, maybe. Not too much, because I feel like, to me, it's like I wish he was in more scenes, because he's an interesting character, and like the way he reacts to things or his dialogue is like interesting. He has like this, he talks real low. He never like yell. I mean, he yells like once or twice, but he's like, oh, your blood is perfect. It's exactly like how I thought it would be.
Yeah, he's gold dust. He's gold dust for Leon.
He's kind of gold. He's the gold dust of Resident Evil, like except he's not like gay chickening people or anything. Just.
Did you see how he like brushed Leon's hair?
He did. I forgot about that. Yeah, so maybe he did do a little gay chicken with him.
Yep.
But yeah, I guess we should go ahead and start talking about the story.
Yeah, so kind of like short and sweet, like Ashcroft, Alyssa Ashcroft was the
Ashcroft.
Ashcroft.
Rectum.
She's an Outbreak character. She's a journalist in that game, so I'm like happy they included her but it's also kind of like, well, you took the character. Why not just like make a remake of Outbreak? But whatever.
Also, she
You
got punked out. Like, look, we brought this character back that nobody thought we'd ever see again, and then like she dies like in a flashback.
yeah, and Grace is her daughter that works for the FBI. So
This isn't spoilers because this shit happens really early in the game. It's like literally the first few cutscenes of the game. And you see this stuff.
yeah, and by the way, this is going to be a spoiler talk anyway. So if you haven't beaten the game, go beat it, and then come back and then listen to our review. That was funny. I was like, look, but anyway. So she gets a weird phone call, or her boss goes like, "There's people missing, and that's where your mother died. Go investigate it."
Yeah, like she straight up has PTSD because the incident that happened to her.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, okay, she saw her mom get fucking axed in the neck in front of her, and she died, and then there was like a fire. She was assassinated, basically. Like, you don't really figure that out until, I mean, she sort of implies like there's people trying to get me. Let's get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's literally what happened. She gets got. But it's kind of weird that like her boss is like, I know you have fucking PTSD about this shit, and it should be a conflict of interest in an investigation, but I'm gonna send you to go do this.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to do it, but I think you should do it. It's like, okay.
Yeah. So she like goes back to the place where her mom dies, which is the hotel, and that's where you get the flashback of seeing what happens to her, and she like gets stabbed and has blood spray all over her face. But she investigates it, gets a weird phone call from Victor, and he pretty much takes her. That's when you see him carry her out, and then Leon comes and goes, "What the fuck?"
And that whole sequence happened where like the shit was like falling apart.
Yeah. But they all meet at that hospital area, and down. I'm trying to think what other things that like pop out, but like she tries to escape on the helicopter.
That part. So that was an interesting part of the game. Like, hang on a sec, I almost forgot about that. Where it's like she manages to escape the facility and like you're outside, and that's another thing. Maybe you should have spent more time outside the facility.
Yeah,
because I like that part of the game too. And she finds another human that's not fucking infected, and it's like this dude who's like, I guess he lives in this guardhouse near the facility, and he's also a helicopter pilot. And
yeah,
like, and I need the keys for the helicopter. Go get them. Like,
but you got to go into this house and then go to the like this weird office area and take an elevator all the way down to like where these fucking experiments are being done.
Yeah, like it's weird because when you go in that house, it's like okay, and then you start seeing some of the things in it, and you're like, who the fuck lives in this house? But there's like these weird artifacts and stuff, and like I guess it's Gideon's house, maybe. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, there's like a secret elevator that takes you down to a fucking lab.
Yeah, because I could see him like watching TV after eating his TV dinner and being like, "I gotta go check up on the experiments," and he like takes that elevator down to his dungeon of bodies.
You know what's really funny, by the way, is like you find like a photo somewhere in that facility, like the staff, and like you see like everybody else, it's like a doctor or a nurse, looks normal, and then you see him, and he's like this giant motherfucker with pale skin and white hair.
Yeah,
it's like people like see this guy. This guy is my boss, and you guys don't think there's anything weird about him at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of it's the little things about this game that are just kind of funny.
Yeah.
I think that
escape on.
Well, go ahead.
No, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say that thing with her boss, by the way, telling her like you're gonna go, you should go investigate this shit. Some people think that it's weird enough that it's a conspiracy theory that he works with the connections and he purposefully set her up to go do this.
Hey, maybe that might be something that happens in the expansion story, that he was a plant. He was like a deep state.
Later on, you find like, you know, files that let you know there's people in the United States government that work with this fucking shadow organization they've established since like RE7 called the Connections. So like it's possible.
Yeah. So she like gets on this helicopter, right, with Emily, because Emily's like transitioning into whatever that thing is going to be later.
Transitioning.
Yeah.
That's another thing too, is like she's stuck in the facility and eventually Grace gets her out because she needs her to like read something in Braille.
Yeah.
She can't read it. And like it's part of a puzzle, actually.
Yeah.
And when they're able to leave, she starts feeling not good. Like she's like, I don't feel good. My tummy hurts.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
And it's like, oh, they'll be okay. We're gonna leave.
But
and, that shit didn't happen.
What's so funny is like you get the key because like I got weirded out by this because I was streaming this and I was like, why am I looking at this doll? So I like look up the skirt like many times. I'm like, oh my god, people are probably gonna think I'm a freak.
I thought you were gonna say dolls freak you out. And then you're like, why am I looking at this doll? I hate dolls.
But here we're going to the helicopter, and then you find like you get out of the scene because everything's fucking exploding with that red liquid, and you're like, oh my god, I get the fuck out of here with the key. And then you get out, and then you give it to this guy, and he's like, all right, let's go, hurry up. He like yells at you and stuff. He's like, what took so long? But like, bitch, I just went through hell to get this key. Fuck you. And then you get into the helicopter, and like zombies, like it's very George A. Romero, where like the zombies just come in and like attack you, and you only like fly a little bit up, and then you crash near a church, and then that's when it does the transition of like to Leon, and you're sniping the zombies, which I thought was cool.
Yeah. By the way, the helicopter pilot dies.
Yeah, he's dead. He got
he
like
gets impaled by like a fucking tree or something.
Yeah. And she kind of like looks at him. He's like, oh shit. And she's like, oh my god, Emily. And Emily's like dying.
She has a stronger reaction than that.
Yeah.
Like she wakes up, she's like, and then she like looks over, she's like, oh my god, starts babbling. By the way, I gotta give props to the actress for Grace. She does a good job in this game of being like fucking sounding actually like she's scared of shit. And not just like that's something people criticize Ethan for. They're like, oh, what the fuck? Oh, fuck. Oh. But like he constantly saying what the fuck and just being confused generally.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily scared, just confused.
Yeah.
But yeah, their little escape attempt fails here.
Mm-hmm.
And then Leon helps them. There's like a sequence where it's kind of like you do something like that in RE4, I think. I think it's with Ada, actually.
Mm-hmm.
You do a little sniping to cover for somebody.
Yeah. It was really cool to see Leon doing that. And then it transitions to Leon getting to that church to meet up, and then you had that little boss fight with the chonker.
Yeah, you fight a fat guy and it's like easy for him.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's Leon.
Yeah, this is the snipe scene right here.
Yeah, this part was cool.
Yeah, I was like, fuck yeah. This shit was amazing as fuck. And then you go down here, and this whole scene was like visually cool. Because you're
visually, this whole area here, like the stuff outside of the Raccoon City area visually is pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the building. I still think the building sequence of the fucked up building that's like slanted sideways, that part's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
You fight in this burning church, and then you go down underground, and then you fight Emily.
Yeah.
Because she mutates finally. Like I remember, I was like, she's gonna fucking mutate because her sister mutated. I was right.
Yes. 2 and 2 together happened.
I mean, there's a whole sequence where she's trying to get out of this water treatment facility too. It's not terribly long. It's actually shorter compared to how much time you spend in like the Rhodes Hill.
Mm-hmm. I kind of got annoyed of Marie, the pursuer. Like, I guess that's a negative for me. Every game does not need to have a pursuer. I'm sorry,
Mr. X, though.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Capcom, but like, it's starting to become a trend, and it seems like every time you make a new game, they're like, we have to have that in there. You don't.
RE4 didn't have that.
Oh, it's a remake. I'm talking about the main story series line.
I guess.
Yeah, because it opened it up from Resident Evil 2 remake, and then obviously Resident Evil 3 has Nemesis, so that's a given. Like, those two are given because we know that that's gonna happen. But like Resident Evil 8, well, Resident Evil 7 had their the father like chase you a little bit.
Yeah, Jack Baker.
Yeah, and then Resident Evil Village, you have Lady D. Oh, there you go. You're back.
Lady, you wanted to be pursued by her.
Oh, I do. Yeah. There's actually a mod now that I kind of want to get where she's in the bikini, but that's just me. But I don't know. I'm just tired of the pursuer thing. I want more tyrant battles. I want more.
They give you a tyrant battle.
They do, but I want more. I want like boss battles that feel that I feel like that is very accomplished. Like, modern boss fights feel nerfed, if I'm being honest. Like,
I think it depends on what it is, because sometimes it's like the design's actually good for these bosses, and then sometimes it's like pretty simple.
mm-hmm.
Like this was like a puzzle where you fight Marie here.
Yeah.
It's like, because you can't directly kill her, so it's like what you're doing is you're trying to set this thing up where you can like open the roof and then you can like melt her.
Mm-hmm. I think I just missed the whole like you're trapped in a room and you have to like shoot the fuck me lights.
You missed the fuck me lights.
I missed the fuck me lights.
I don't. I hate fuck me lights.
Oh.
I just think it's lazy design, personally.
Maybe.
I like it better when like the enemy is just difficult and you have to like try really hard. So like, okay, the tyrant fight at the end of Resident Evil 2 remake's a good example of that. He doesn't have a fuck me light. He just has like a weak spot on his chest that you have to hit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so difficult because at this point the tyrant finally said, "I'm tired of walking. I'm sick of walking now, and I got my claws out. So like I'm gonna make this fucking hard for you."
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, here's the part where Emily like finally mutates.
I know this is gonna come off cold, but like
Okay.
she really fell for this kid like quickly, like as a daughter figure, because spoiler alert, she like adopts her at the end. Like,
Yeah, that makes sense though, given like her character arc, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like you find out Grace is like technically adopted herself.
Yeah.
And she lost her mom due to axe attack.
Yeah. So she's turning here, and she turns into like this. I don't know what to say.
I don't know it's hard to describe. It's just like some weird, fucked up looking, like vagina face creature.
Yeah, and then like Leon comes and shoots it. All right.
It's like no, wait. Did the Punisher meme?
Yeah. And then you like fight it here. So
Yeah,
I gotta cut to it here, because you defeat the thing, and you look at the creature closer, and like it's like still evolving. Like you still see like a human form of Emily within this vagina monster thing. And I'm jumping to the end. Like at the end, he goes, "Hey man, I didn't shoot her vital area." Number one, how the fuck do you know where the vital areas of this fucking thing is?
well, also, you're playing as Leon when you do this,
Yeah,
so it's like that's not really true
yeah,
because you're just like, I have to kill this thing. I guess this is a sad scene because that's what I thought. I was like, oh, you're killing this little girl now. It's pretty fucked up. And then due to shit that happens at the end, which we're gonna get to, I mean, it turns out she didn't really die because he says I didn't get her vitals, and I was like, oh, okay,
yeah. And
sure.
and we could forgive it because this is Resident Evil. Everything's cheesy. Everything has to have like somewhat of a happy ending, but also have a cliffhanger at the same time. So I could forgive it, but it just felt like super super duper forced. And
It did.
I I understand the psychology of this because Grace is like, had feelings for the kid that Leon just came in and is like, I had to fucking do this or we're fucking dead. But
Yeah.
she like kind of like gets upset, like she understands, but she's like, you didn't have to fucking like kill her, and she like walks off. Like you can see, like she's also angry at herself because like she let her down, so she's kind of angry about that. But she's also kind of like angry at Leon shooting it, which I get her psychology of it. And she's like, "Here, have your fucking stupid gun back."
Yeah,
And
it saved my ass, but I don't care.
yeah,
Then she leaves, and then she goes with fucking Zeno and Victor,
yep. She kind of
which
like,
is like odd. I mean, it's like, I guess what can she really do? It's not like she can really resist them,
mm-hmm.
especially Zeno.
When I first saw this, I was like, they brought him back.
Yeah, as soon as he said something, I was like, that's the guy that plays Wesker in Resident Evil 4. It's the same guy. This guy has haircut like Wesker. He looks like Wesker, except he has more aura. He has more drip.
Yeah.
He has like that little earring, and he wears like a fucking coat, like it's a cape and shit. Yes, so he just looks cool.
He's Cody Rhodes.
Heel Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. Yeah.
He also
Victor's,
smokes. See, it makes him even cooler.
yep. Dude, this whole shot is fucking cool. The helicopter coming in and they're just standing there. I was like, that. There was very cinematic like camera shots in here. I was like, it felt like a movie at times.
Yeah, like that aspect of that's a positive about these more modern Resident Evil games that aren't 7 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, certain parts of 8 are cinematic, but they go really hard on like the we're gonna make this more like a film. Oh, by the way, there's Sherry Birkin. Touch on that a little bit.
Oh yeah, the story. Both Leon and Sherry are infected with the Raccoon City incident virus.
Raccoon City syndrome.
Yeah,
which is like, what's that? And then they say it's if you were in Raccoon City when the shit went down, you have an infection. It's like when you get shingles. It's like they got chicken pox, and then now shingles is showing up.
yeah, they got like ringworm. It looks like they got like ringworm rashes on their.
Well, she's taking oxycodone right now. It hurts. So, but they brought Sherry into this, which was like that was a big reveal before the game came out. Oh my god, Sherry! And
they do nothing with her.
Yeah, that's another issue of somebody being underutilized in this game, where it's like she didn't even do anything. She was like tech support. She was Hunnigan, and I was like, if you're gonna have somebody just be Hunnigan, just let it be Hunnigan again. Why did you put her in this game?
Mm-hmm.
It's just
that's where I get with the member berries, where I'm like, oh, Sherry's here, but did nothing. And it's like,
also, what about like everybody else that was there? Does Claire have Raccoon City syndrome? She was there.
Yeah, Jill Valentine was there. She was there.
Well, she probably wouldn't have it because of her. Remember what happened to her in 3? Like with her blood and like getting infected and then getting the cure. And it's like it kind of like messed up her genetic structure to a point to where it was like she was immune to everything.
I guess.
So I guess not for her. It probably would be okay. And then what about Hunk? What about Ada? What about?
Yeah, let's talk about Hunk because there's a scene where, well, they don't outright say it, but it's the same voice actor, and
he's also badass. It's just
and he has the same gas mask as Hunk. He just doesn't have the helmet on. But like, it's near the end where they're in that laboratory area, and that's when the SWAT team that you hate to fight, like after you fight them, and then you get to like the corridor, the door opens and this Hunk like soldier comes out and he's like, "Do you need backup?" "No, I'll handle this on my own."
I'll handle this myself.
Yeah. And then you get into like
a John Wick fight with Hunk.
Yeah.
Pretty much that's what it is. And it fucking rules. It was one of the best parts of this game.
That's my favorite like boss battle with it. But I also like that like they give a nod without even saying it. He's like, "We finally meet Leon Kennedy." And he's like, why would he say that? You know, if that means he was there in the past.
He knows who he is.
Mm-hmm.
He has the intel. And he's been alive this whole time, still working for like this shadowy organization, apparently.
So I don't know if this is just the game like despawning him. But like when you leave the area and go back,
his body's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed the same thing too. I'm like, at first I was like, damn it, I killed Hunk, and then like he was gone. And I'm like, bodies don't just disappear in this game.
Yeah. So
I think he's alive.
Yeah.
He slipped away.
Mm-hmm.
He faked his death.
Another member berry is you're in the police station and like Zeno's there and he's like annoyed. He's like, "I don't have time for you." And like he brings a Mr. X and he drops from the ceiling and shit.
A new tyrant drops in and he's got a carbon fiber fucking coat and everything, and he's faster.
Yep.
And then you fight him, and that fight is also cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's another good boss fight in this game. And also it was like fucking insane because it's like the same thing kind of happens to him that happened to the Mr. X in Resident Evil 2, where he like, you know, he mutates later because he gets fucked up and he has a claw arm and he tries a lot harder to kill you after that.
Uh-huh.
It's just like in this version, it's like, so they did a thing and it was clever. Where like in RE2 remake, that fight's pretty difficult and it's kind of scary because he's so fast and he's like almost invulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
And in this one, it's like when he goes to do his claw charge thing, the same kind of attack that Mr. X had, Leon can parry now. You can parry that stupid claw attack and it rules, and then you can just like fuck him up and he's all confused. That's one of my favorite things about it too, is when you parry his charge, he looks at you like he goes back like, what? Like he didn't think that would happen.
Mm-hmm. I also love that he like launches fucking cars up in the air with his claw.
He throws fucking missiles at you and you can parry that shit. It's so stupid. It's awesome.
Yeah. Another member berry is the plant monster, or the plant is back. The
plant 43. It's a new plant.
Yeah, but it's like an homage of the other plant.
So I was bitching earlier about where's the weeds, where's the flora,
mm-hmm.
And it turns out that I forgot it was there. It was underground. The weeds were underground.
So I guess back in the story, I guess let's get to Elpis, right? Uh,
Yeah. Well, so like Zeno and Gideon is particularly Victor Gideon. His whole thing is like he abducted Grace because he's like the key to all my research is in your blood. That was like the whole thing.
mm-hmm.
And it's like he gets her blood drained, and that could be why he just doesn't give a fuck if she gets away now because he already got her blood. Whatever.
Yeah.
So he thought. And the whole thing was there's a nest, another damn lab under Raccoon City that everybody thought was destroyed. There's no labs left. That was a lie.
Mm-hmm.
There's another giant lab underneath Raccoon City.
Dude, Umbrella just like went ham on laboratories under that city.
Well, like in this new timeline, that gets into something else. Like we'll discuss a little bit later with the story. Because some people get really butthurt about like some of the things they do in the story in this game, and I think a lot of people don't seem to understand or realize it. This is like in a different timeline from the previous games. I think a lot of people don't understand that still somehow. But they really expanded like how far they went with like the labs underneath the city. Because we saw the labs at RE2 remake, and it's like, oh wow, this is crazy. And then in RE3 remake, Jill finds another lab. It's a different one.
Mm-hmm.
That was an area that didn't exist in the old game.
Yeah.
And then now there's this one. There's another one. But there's like they find Elpis in this lab, which by the way, it turns out that the whole bombing of Raccoon City was like a ploy by the connections or something to cover up their research.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, Raccoon City's destroyed. It's everybody's done. Umbrella gets dissolved, and it's like secretly, okay, good. Now everybody can leave us alone in our secret lab because they think there's nothing here anymore. That's literally what they did.
Yeah.
Thanks, government. Thanks for helping us cover this up. You're welcome. But yeah, they discover like, oh, here's Elpis. This is fucking Oswald Spencer's like big legacy. And it's like, how do we access it? And he set up a system where it's like, if you don't have the password, if you don't have the blood, whatever the fuck, it won't open. The lab will self-destruct and you'll lose Elpis. So that's this whole reason why they try to get Grace.
Mm-hmm. So I got a question because the whole time, Grace is having PTSD about her mom dying, and then she like has a flashback about the floppy disk being behind the painting, and then she grabs it along the way, and then you finally get that payoff of seeing what's on that floppy disk, and it was Alyssa's journalism of asking questions to Spencer before he died, and he has change of heart that he wants to like leave his legacy in like good standing. Do you have a problem with that?
No.
Okay.
Because,
me either.
Yeah, so that's the thing is his character was never really like expanded on ever until like in RE5 where they show you the cutscene where like Wesker confronts him. He's like, you created me. And he was like, I was supposed to be a god. And like all that shit.
Yeah.
And it's like they kind of bring that together like with what they're doing here, which is like the whole reason part of the reason he's done all this research is he thinks it's bullshit that you die, that you get old and you die.
Mm-hmm.
And he wants to live forever.
Yeah. Like every rich person.
Like every rich person. Like Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
And he does a lot of fucked up shit. And then the thing is he kind of, after he gets so old and he gets to a point where he's like, man, and then the Raccoon City incident, I think, really drove it home for him. I guess he didn't expect that was going to happen. I'm like, oh shit! Like it's like the new meme about Resident Evil is like, there's this fucked up monster we're keeping in this facility. We hope it doesn't get out. And then it's like the next day, the journal entry, it got out. like he didn't expect that was going to happen somehow. I guess that it escalated that far. So he creates something else that's supposed to like make up for it all. I guess is the way he sees it. Like, or at least he doesn't. He's like, I don't expect people to forgive me and all this other shit, but I just want to try to make it right in my own way, like what I did and all this stuff.
So the only way people could access that is if you know the password and you have the blood. Is
yeah, the blood ends up becoming like a red herring. Like,
okay.
Like Gideon thought it had something to do with blood, and then it didn't. And it turns out like him and Zeno both didn't know what Elpis actually was because they just assumed it's the ultimate virus. It's gonna be fucking amazing. And Grace gets in a situation where like she has to put in the password after she views the video of like the interview. She kind of learns like she has a good guess, an educated guess about what the password is.
Mm-hmm.
And they get to the point where it's like Leon's like about to die from COVID. He's like pretty much almost fucking dead.
Yeah.
And they have her. Zeno's got Leon at gunpoint. He's coughing up his lungs. And he's like, put in the password. And this is kind of interesting because it's like this part in the game where you can like have a good ending or a bad ending.
Yep.
Did you see the bad ending?
I did the bad ending first, not because I did it wrong, because I wanted to see it. And it's hilarious because like she destroys it and fucking Zeno's like, you fucking bitch, and like tries to like hurt her, but Leon like saves her, and fucking Zeno just like kills him with the pistol, and then she just
blows his ass away.
Yeah, and then Grace just finds the helicopter that's coming that Sherry ordered for them, and it just ends. That's it.
Damn. It hurts everybody when they watch Leon just get shot like a damn dog.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, this is the bad ending, I suppose.
Yeah, and we'll get into
what drove it home too is like when he's like, at least I saved you. Because the whole thing is he's like, he still has guilt about, God damn it, I can't save anybody. That's like something that's part of his story in this.
Yeah, he kind of like gets I don't know, a flashback, but he kind of remembers RE6 when, remember that one guy dies and stuff?
Adam!
Yeah.
His best friend, the president of the United States, Adam.
Yeah.
And then also he remembers Marvin and like all that other shit, like all the other people he is. Lewis! Mike! The helicopter pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, at least I saved you, and then blam, and it's like, oh,
yeah,
fuck.
The good ending is you put in the password, and then the vials come out, and fucking Zeno's like, fuck yeah, and just doesn't think twice, and then he like
puts the shit in.
Yeah, and now he's not he's not Super Wesker anymore. He's just a mortal person.
Yeah, it clears up his shingles though.
Yeah.
Because he also had shingles because he has Wesker's DNA and Wesker was there. And he also has Raccoon City Syndrome. It just doesn't affect him, I guess, because he has Wesker's fucked up, weird, this is the T virus, it actually worked this time thing.
Mm-hmm. But that's when you see Victor come in, and he's still being a fucking mark for Spencer. He's like...
This shit was amazing, honestly. He's like... I can't believe it. He's like, it's not the way I expected at all. That was well played. It's like he just respects the hell out of the fact that he tricked everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then Zeno's like pissed. He's like, you made us waste all these money and resources. And you didn't even know what this was. That's when they get in the argument. They get in the hissy fit against each other.
And then he shoots his tentacle arm at Zeno, and Zeno's fucking head just pops off, and he dies. And
I was like, oh, what the? Damn it. I wanted to know more about Zeno. What the fuck?
Mm.
And then, like, that's what he calls him an invitation, too. He does emotional damage to him.
Yeah.
Like, I love that you actually see, like, his facial expression change I was like, that hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not an imitation. I'm cool as hell. I'm way cooler than he ever was.
So, what'd you think of the boss battle with Victor?
That was interesting. It kind of was a throwback to the Nemesis turning into a giant blobby monster.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the same though, because he did have fuck me lights. See, this was your throwback fight.
Yeah.
You wanted the fuck me lights, well, there they were. They were with him.
Yeah. There was a ton of them with them.
Yeah, and which, by the way, they also explain like what the hell is Victor's deal? Like, why is he so huge? You don't learn it till later, but he puts a Nemesis parasite in himself, and it's like some modified version of it where he still retains his intelligence and shit. I guess.
Yep.
That's kind of cool.
You defeat him, and then you're just in this like area, where Leon's like, I guess we're gonna die here.
Yeah, the
And
power
then,
starts going out and shit. It actually
yeah.
does completely go out, and this facility is like collapsing around them.
Mm-hmm.
And then, no, that's not. It doesn't end that way.
These soldiers come up from the ceiling, and then you're just like,
Hound Wolf Squad.
yeah. If you remember
Weird, unwieldy
Village,
name.
yeah, you remember in Village where you were like turned into Call of Duty. That's
That part.
these.
I don't care. Anybody says that part was cool.
Yeah, it's cool, but it still like out of left field for a Resident Evil game. But they're there, and you're like, General Redfield, we found him. And I was like, oh, it's Chris's team.
Chris's team. We still know nothing about.
Yeah, that's another member berry. They had to put Chris Redfield in there.
Well, he
'Cause
wasn't there. We didn't see him.
Yeah, well, the name was in there, but
Yeah, they referenced him.
because you remember in Village when when fucking Ethan like suicide bombed because he was dying anyway.
Yeah.
And then they had like that soldier that was like laying on the bed, and they were like, oh, they're turning them into bioweapons. We'll look into it later.
Yep.
So they kind of still hinted that in that area a little bit.
Yeah, there was like BSAA shit going on, and like it was established in RE7 and 8. Like Chris doesn't work with the BSAA anymore, and he's like, and they make it interesting in 8 at the end where they're making bio weapon people like soldiers basically.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be part of the reason why he doesn't work with them anymore. So maybe later on that'll get elaborated on somehow in some game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, everybody got Elpis was actually a cure. It was not a virus. It cured all of. It was supposed to cure all the viruses that got made before that were related to the T virus, I guess. So
Why didn't
Leon his shingles go away. I guess Sherry's shingles are also going to go away.
Yeah, so everybody's. I think they mention it in the end that Cherry's fine or whatever, because like Grace is talking to Leon on the phone, and like Grace's boss is like, "All right, what are you doing?" And he's like, "I gotta call you back, Leon. It's great you're that Sherry this and that." Just a happy ending. This confused the shit out of me with the tyrant with the
Oh shit!
the helicopter thing.
Holy fuck! I never saw that before. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I guess he cornered you. That's what happened.
Yeah, well, I didn't know what to do. I had to just keep on falling back, and I was like, "Do I just shoot him? Is there going to be like a scene or whatever, like a QTE or whatever?" But none of that happened. But after you like beat Victor and the Wolf Squad like saves you, and then we got that reference of Chris Redfield. That's when we got the whole like, I didn't shoot her in her vitals. She still may be okay. And then you see a picture of her in Grace's office, and then it just ends.
It's just over.
It's just over. What I do want to say is, I think this is a good signing off of the Raccoon City saga.
Yeah, I guess it's fine.
I don't want to see another game go into Raccoon City. I just want it to end here. And if I had my way, I would have all the characters like Chris Redfield, Jill Valentine, everything, and just retire their characters here. But you know this is a franchise that they're gonna milk it because everybody loves Leon. Everybody has their preference with Claire and Chris. So
And Leon here, old Unc Leon, hot Unc Leon was the litmus test here, which is can we make these characters older and people will still want to hang out with them and shit?
yep.
And I think this confirmed it. Like, we don't care how fucking old they get, we'll hang out with them. So we're gonna see gray-haired Chris, who's got old man strength. That's what we're gonna see.
Mm-hmm.
He'll have steroid gut probably.
Yep.
And then he'll be built like Hulk Hogan, like after Hollywood after a while. That's what he'll look like.
He's gonna have hot dog skin.
He'll have hot dog skin and steroid gut, but he's still going to be pretty jacked. Jill will not age because that's part of her like shit, so she'll just look the same, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty convenient.
But Spencer having a good ending, even though he was kind of like an ass in some way because he's just a rich snob that wanted to live forever. But it was just like, holy fuck, I didn't really want this to happen. I thought that was a nice touch. But Leon kind of like putting at rest Raccoon City, where it all started for him, was a good touch. It just felt like a damn movie, dude. It felt like a trilogy in some way, or this would be a fourth movie, I guess, if we had to say that. But I actually felt at ease, especially the music at the end. It was very fucking chill.
Yeah, there's good music at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of other story beats there might be to cover. Let's see. I guess to put a cap on that thing where people were complaining about, oh, Spencer, they retconned, and it's like, no, this isn't retconning because they've already said this is a different timeline, guys. This isn't the same timeline anymore.
Yeah.
So that you have the classic series and its timeline. Now you have the remake timeline and everything they're redoing.
It's like Star Trek with the Kelvin timeline.
Yeah, and this is another thing I wasn't aware of until recently when I was like, I was reading a lot of people's reactions to this game. Apparently, it's like, I guess it's a little split for people. You know, some people don't like this game as much, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people have complaints about the story and the writing or something. But I guess in Japan, and this is the case for like, I was also reading some stuff about Gundam too, and I happened to stumble on this as well. Apparently in Japan, this concept of like a hard canon is not really something that they kind of believe in or care about.
Mm-hmm.
They just like, oh, I get to make an installment of a story in this series. Okay, I'll do it. And that's kind of like just how they look at it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get all fucking caught up in like this has to align with the canon. It has to line up perfectly and all this other shit. Apparently that's like more of a Western thing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Even though they've already gone out of their way a little bit to say, listen, this is I like this scene here too, where he finds like the remains of like Kendo's daughter.
Yeah. This is where all the guilty stuff comes in, where he's like, man, I could have saved him as a rookie.
You're a cop. You're supposed to know something. Are you a cop? You're not a fucking cop. But yeah, so guys, that just listen, this different timeline. Get off of it. But the other thing is the thing with the flashback and then the discovery is like, oh, so they've been cloning this same little girl for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever the original little girl is, you don't even learn that. And then you learn, I guess, Grace is one of these little girl clones.
Yeah, because Spencer like told Alyssa, I got a present for you. He didn't say that, but like he like gave Grace to her.
Yeah, in his will, because like his motivation behind it was like, no, she's just because she asks like, is there something wrong with her? Is she part of your research? And he's like, no, she's just a normal girl. Nothing's gonna happen to her. And after he gets killed, which I guess Wesker still kills Spencer, like that confrontation still happens. I guess they don't come out and say it, but
yeah.
Or no, they do come out and say it. I suppose I think it's in Grace's report.
That 60-page report.
Hey, that was cool.
Yeah.
It's like to go like if you ever said, "I wish there was more files in this game," RE9 got you at the end with the report.
Yep, gave you 60 pages. I still have to read through it.
I read the whole thing. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
But they in his will, basically, it was like if I die, she'll go to Alyssa Ashcroft. Like, oh, okay. And then she just accepted it, I guess. That's a perfectly normal reaction to that. Fuck me. A missile's being thrown at me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it showed a clip where like Leon was getting ready to fight the tyrant. But
did he say at one point, "I'm too old for this shit"? Was that said?
I think he said something like that.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. The whole thing with Grace being revealed to be like a clone or not, or like apparently this confused a lot of people, like the way they executed it.
I kind of agree. It did feel a little like disjointed because they were like, we need your blood, and then we see in the video that like she was, one of the kids, and then they do that orphanage part where like it kind of feels like you're playing as a young Grace, but you're not. It's a different little girl. So
yeah.
it felt disjointed. So I kind of agree with them a little bit.
Yeah, it could have been maybe a little clearer about what was going on with that. And the other thing was like the whole orphanage sequence. What was that, by the way? They never explained what happened there. Like
I did laugh when like because like when you wake up, you're like, what happened? Where is everybody? And then you like go in the other room, and there's like this doctor like pointing a gun at these like evil children with glowing eyes and Frankenstein stitched heads and stuff. And he's like, no, get away. And like they twist they like twist his fucking head.
Yeah, like they kill the whole staff, but it's like that whole incident is never explained. Like what that was, like how all these little girls had glowing red eyes and they had like a hive mind, I guess, and like all this other shit. Just it's like, okay, you just kind of accept it and move on, I guess.
I'm gonna be honest. I wanted to get. I didn't like it in 2 when you were playing as Sherry, and I didn't like it in this one. I was like, I'm fucking back here. God damn it. That's all I kept on saying.
I will say I think that was less annoying than the sequence in RE2.
Yeah, the R2 one was annoying.
But I guess the only other thing to touch on here, I suppose, is you don't see this, but some fan used like a camera mod or hack at the end where like, okay, everybody's good. I'm cured of my shingles. I'll see you later. Leon walks off.
Mm-hmm.
They used a camera mod and they watched and he took his glove off. He put a ring on his ring finger. That was a big reveal that like a fan figured out.
Who do you think he's married to?
That's the big speculation. Is Leon married? Because like that might not mean he's married, but of course traditionally, you put a wedding band on your ring finger if you're a guy. So did Sherry become not Sherry? Did Leon become like a Bill Belichick, the coach of the Patriots that is dating a 20-year-old? Do you think he married Sherry? He's no. I don't think it's her, but that would also be weird because he knew her when she was literally a child. That would be strange.
I know, but
Uh,
I don't want to sound mean when I say this, but it's something you would see like in an anime or like a Japanese culture like twist in some way.
there's also there's speculation though. Like people think, some people think, is it Hunnigan? That would be kind of funny.
Yeah, that'd be
Um,
funny.
is it Ada? Of course, everybody immediately thinks of Ada.
Is it Ashley?
Is it Claire? Is the Redfield bloodline going to continue?
Oh, that'd be freaking cool.
And I've seen some interesting, like, it's theories that support maybe it could be Claire, because what is the motif on the Requiem on like the grip? Like what is that? It's wings. What's usually like on Claire's fucking outfits and stuff? It's wings.
Yep.
What's on Leon's watch? He's got like a little insignia on the inside of his cool watch that's also a collaboration. There's a little wing in it.
Maybe.
Hey, that's something.
Maybe they might add something new in Code Veronica where it's like she's calling up Leon.
Yeah. But here's his Metal Gear Solid 4 Snake moment. Except you don't have to mash a button to kill yourself to get do it.
And when I said they do cinema type of stuff, they kind of do like TV show stuff. Like, meanwhile, Grace is doing this, and then
they kind of like do little bumpers,
yeah,
to like reorient you.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess it's all the story stuff, really. I can't think of anything we missed.
Yeah, you ready for some lightning round?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first question is, who do you prefer to play as?
I guess Grace.
Yeah,
but it's not like by some big margin or anything, you know.
Oh no, I like playing both, but if I wanted to prefer to play more as, it would be Grace, and I think we touched upon that a lot.
Maybe she'll come back in another game or something.
Maybe. Oh, that's one thing I want to bring up. I kind of like that they didn't do some supernatural bullshit, like with Ethan, where he was like this mold monster thing, and then his daughter, where she had like superpowers and stuff.
Well, Ethan being a mold monster kind of falls in line with Resident Evil, I guess. But
yeah, but like it's too supernatural, is what I'm trying to say. Like, even though
you mean the fact that his shit can just get hacked off and then he can just put it back on and pour.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I'm kind of glad that it's a little bit more grounded. I mean, it's still some crazy shit, but like, it's more grounded and kind of believable in weird way. But next one is, what is your favorite boss?
Hunk in the Tyrant fight.
Same. Hunk and Tyrant. I enjoyed Victor's fuck me lights, but also I was just like, it kind of reminded me of the Resident Evil 3 laboratory fight where you're stuck in that corner and you have to shoot those little bubbles and stuff. It almost had the same thing as Resident Evil 3, so I was like, it seems recycled. So yeah, I'm with you. Hunk and the Tyrant is my favorite. Favorite part of the game?
Rhodes Hill Care Facility.
Okay. I liked it, but I also liked the in-between of transitioning into Raccoon City. So like the building with the glass, or the riding the motorcycle, and going through the wreckage and stuff. I enjoyed doing that stuff. So that was my favorite part.
Have you seen the memes people do where they like mod the motorcycle sequence for it to be they're riding other stuff?
Yeah, like chocobos.
Chocobos, unicycles, stupid shit like that. It's funny.
Yeah. Favorite weapons?
Requiem and the SMGs in this game are pretty crispy, I gotta say.
I like the carbine, where you get like the silencer and stuff when you upgrade your rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite because it's powerful. when you're fighting off the zombies. And I do like the submachine gun. When you upgrade it a little bit more, it's a little bit more powerful. Do you like Spencer's wheelchair being there? That's a pretty nice touch.
Yeah, that was a nice touch.
Mm-hmm. Trying to think what the shotguns were good too. Like when you upgrade the shotgun with Leon, was good too.
Grace really needed a shotgun.
Yes, it would have been nice to see her with a shotgun and like it blow her back.
Boom! Like she flies back, and you can still have it to where like you don't get a lot of ammo for it. Like you can still balance it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would have been cool.
Yeah. What about you?
Weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I said Requiem and the SMGs.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I don't know if we should use. What is your best rank? What rank did you get?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I finished the game. That was my rank.
Yes. I don't even think I have. Was there even rank thing?
I don't remember seeing a rank though. You know.
Well, let me go look at this real quick. See, they kind of tease with the BSAA things here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Open Requiem. Oh, on.
It does not feature the traditional post-game ranking grade system. It doesn't have it.
Doesn't have one, so.
They did away with it.
Participation trophies. God damn it. No, I'm kidding.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Other than that, that's Resident Evil Requiem. Is there anything else you wanted to cover?
Let me check my notes real fast. This game did have a bizarre amount of glitches and just strange mishaps. Like you mentioned, the stuttering issue. It's getting to be more and more common with games, like modern games. Though, unfortunately, there's just if you play early, even if there is a damn day one patch, you're still going to be problems, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a bunch of different moments where just stupid shit happened to me in this game. And it was just stuff like I had zombies like that no clip through things. They teleported through the environment on me in the care facility. And then I had times where like I just got caught in a loop of like getting hit by like enemies and I couldn't get out of it. I had that happen like in the water treatment plant area where you know the part where you can like unlock this pool where there's like a bunch of blood like underneath or something like that.
Yeah.
Before I was able to unlock it, there's like a couple of zombies laying there dead, like or they're asleep, I suppose I should say. Well, I went back through there, and then one of them got up, and then Marie showed up, and I got stuck in a loop of them ping-ponging me back and forth, and I couldn't do anything. I just died. I was like, that's fucking dumb. I've never had that happen in one of these games before. just silly shit that would happen. I saw a clip of somebody streaming this, and they were playing as Leon here, and that part where like you're on those rooftops and there's like zombies attacking you and shit. He got knocked off a roof and just flew off and died. And I was like, I didn't know that could happen to you. That's kind of fucked.
Yeah. There's some death scenes that I want to kind of like figure out and see what happens. But yeah, I guess the one thing I kind of want to discuss with you is like, if I know we have a ranking thing and we're going to like create our own ranking. Is this pretty ranked high for you, or is it in the middle of the pack?
It's probably kind of in the middle of a little bit. Let me pull it up real quick. I'm not going to reveal the ranking. Plus, it could change.
Yeah.
You know, because if they do some stuff like to help boost it with like DLC things, which they said they're going to do, like, you know, it could change how I feel about it. It made Resident Evil 8 a little better for me when they did that. we're let's see. As it stands right now, like it's in the top 50 percentile, like of games for me.
Yeah.
I probably like it better than RE3 remake.
Okay.
I don't know where the sticking point for me is like Village. Do I like it better than Village or not? We'll just have
Yeah.
to see.
I like it better than 7 and Village, and I like it more than RE3 remake. So like when I'm starting to learn with games like franchises that I like, I gotta let the honeymoon phase go away a little bit before I actually criticize it. Because I'll be like, oh man, it's fucking the greatest. Like I did that with Village, and then I went back and I was like, it's not that great. And I kind of did it a little bit when I like said it in the messenger or said it on Big Trouble Little Podcast, where I'm like, oh, it's pretty up there. It's probably like top 5.
I think
Now,
you did say that. Yeah.
yeah, now I like think about it because I looked into it more. I'm just like, maybe that's just my honeymoon phase in these games where I'm like, I did something that I never did in a long time, and is I didn't watch too much of people playing this while I was playing it. So
That's
like,
probably good though. That probably helped.
yeah, it did definitely help me where I was like super scared because I didn't know where all the pop outs were gonna be. Uh, but it also helped me with the story where I was like, oh, that's fucking cool, or that's fucking stupid because it's coming from my brain and not other people's brains. So
Yeah.
that also helped out as well. But now I just go, all right, that's cool, but that's maybe me just hungry for the franchise. Let me look at it a little bit closer, and I think at times it is overrated.
I guess, yeah. Like I'm
Yeah.
thinking it's like recency bias with some people and it wears off a little bit. Like I was saying, like I've researched like what's really the reaction to this game. And it seems like there's people that really like it, and then there's people that are kind of down on it, and then there's people that are like, it's pretty good, but it's disappointing in some
Mm,
way. And I kind of fall in the camp of somewhere between it's not disappointing to me,
mm.
but it's also not like, these are some of the best games in the series to me either. That's kind of like where the more modern original titles tend to fall for me, except for RE7. I like that one pretty well.
Well,
Uh,
I don't. I don't want them to start doing a trend where they do 2 different game styles per game. I think they
yeah,
need to. I think they need to stick to one. And if you're gonna have the other one, like a Leon or a Jill, come in, you somehow blend their style with the the one that you want as the main theme, like a survival horror. So if like there is another Leon game, I want to see Leon in a survival horror context instead of him just being like, I have all these guns, I know how to do John Wick stuff, you know?
or if you just want to make a whole game like that, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's just people like RE4. I mean, yeah,
Mm. I think they were just trying to get 2 audience to be like, oh, well, the Resident Evil crowd's still gonna play it, but there's people that just like look at Andy. He doesn't like Resident Evil games. He just likes Resident Evil 4. So they're
yeah,
trying to
he's a fucking smooth brain.
but it's just like they wanted to capture that crowd as well, the casuals, and they got it.
They probably saw those sweet RE4 remake sales because it did do very good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure it sold more than the other games did, like any of them.
And they know the
And it was
female
like,
crowd is gonna goon all over Leon.
yep. I mean, that's fine. It's okay. They can have that.
Yeah,
Give me bits too. I want bits as well.
yeah. Give me Jill Valentine boobies.
But yeah. I think they saw that reaction and they're like, maybe we should put Leon in another game. We should like do something with this, ride this wave a little bit, because in a way they never completely correctly rode the wave after Resident Evil 4. You know, they didn't really capitalize on it correctly
Yeah. They were
the
like this.
first time.
They were like, this game's amazing. Let's do Chris Redfield in Africa.
Let's completely diverge from like what just succeeded, like in a weird way. And that game, hey, Resident Evil 5 was the best selling game. Like it might still be. I don't remember now. Maybe it got beat, but it was for a long time. But that's off the back of Resident Evil 4. That's the only reason why, in my opinion, because everybody played Resident Evil 4 like, God, this game's fucking amazing. I can't wait for the next game if it's going to be like this. And it kind of wasn't like that.
Yeah.
And then the next game was less like that.
I mean, I will give them some credit. At least they're trying to do something new in some way, even though they're like taking what they already have and blending it together. At least they're experimenting instead of just like shitting out the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, they are at least cognizant. And like when we were talking about the development, where they seem to be more self-aware than some Japanese devs are about their own games. Like, oh, maybe we shouldn't be doing this, or like stuff like that. They question themselves more, which is good. And this game is selling really well. I mean, it broke a fast sell record, so to speak.
Yeah.
What the hell did they do? They sold like 5 million copies within like a week or some shit. And they're like, this is the fastest selling Resident Evil game we've released so far. And like, yeah, that's a good sign.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm with you. It's more middle of the pack. But other than that, we ready to sign off?
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say about this game other than I do like it, even though it sounded like we maybe nitpicked it a lot. It's just criticism. Very few of these games are what I would call perfect. There's a few that get close to that. But there's this series is all over the place sometimes. Sometimes there's games that are good, but they have issues, and then there's games that are just, what the fuck were they doing?
Yep. All right.
I recommend it.
I recommend it as well. I think you have to, if you want some closure with Raccoon City, I think this is the game for you. But if you want to catch more Lost in Nightmares, I think the next. Let me go look at the Google Docs. Hold on a second.
Oh yeah.
Google docking. I'm docking. I'm still docking. Where is it?
I've got it.
You got it? What's next?
Crow Country.
Crow Country is next. So
Crow Country.
That's going to be our third transmission of Lost in Nightmares. But if you want to capture more, if you want audio like Spotify and iTunes, make sure you search Lost in Nightmares. We also are on YouTube with our Lost in Nightmares YouTube channel, so make sure you like and subscribe. Until next time, we will see you in the Crow Country in our next nightmare. See you guys later. Peace.
See ya.